Hello, welcome back to Crop Talk with Karston. I'm Karston Donovan. Thanks for joining us. On this week's episode, about a month ago, we were able to release many of the SCO and ECO numbers for many crops, but for those of you that had mustard in the 25 crop year, you had to wait a little bit longer to see what the expected and final county or final area yields, I should say, were to see whether or not you will receive a payment if you elected the SCO coverage. Reminder for mustard, ECO is not available, so SCO is the only one that you would have been able to elect. So for those of you that had SCO in the following counties, reminder that SCO takes you from your underlying coverage up to 86%. So that loss percentage over here needs to be below 86% in order for it to start triggering a payment. So if we take a look at Hill County, the expected county yield was 586 pounds. The final area yield was 479 pounds. So that loss percentage is 81.74. So that means that there'll be about essentially a portion of that band of coverage that will pay. So it's not a full payment by any means, but it is a partial payment. And then Liberty County, the expected area yield again is 610. The final area yield is 464. That loss percentage is 76.07%. So it would trigger a little larger payment in Liberty. And then Blaine County, 587, 447 is the final. So that's 76.15. Again, a slightly larger payment band in Blaine County. And then Choteau County, that one being 576 and 478, so 82.99%. A pretty small payment there, but it would trigger a payment if you had SCO on mustard in Choteau County as well. And then as well as in Phillips County, that one is going to trigger the largest amount. So just to let you know, if you had a 70% coverage, it would just about be a full payment. If you had a 75% coverage level, then it would be a full payment. It would be whatever your liability amount says on your schedule of insurance for last year. And then Toole County is the only one that we looked at in this general area where it is over that 86% threshold. So there would not be a payment in Toole County for mustard. So that's just a quick numbers there. If you are curious if you had mustard and you had SCO coverage of exactly what that means for a dollar amount for you, please reach out to your agent. They should have those numbers shortly. Those claims and payments get triggered automatically. So they will be coming here within the coming days. So the next thing I just wanted to talk about here is some of the changes that are coming to SCO and ECO in the upcoming year. So it has been released from the One Big Beautiful Bill that happened back a while ago. But for the 26 crop year, this is what SCO and ECO looks like in terms of it going from your underlying coverage, whatever that is. Let's say it's 70, 75%, 80, whatever it is. SCO is going to go from your underlying coverage up to 86%. And then ECO, if you elect ECO as a coverage, the coverage band is from 86% to 95%. So what's going to change for next year is that in the 27 crop year moving forward, ECO is going to go from that 86%. It'll be from 90 to 95 instead. So a smaller ECO band of coverage, but then SCO is going to be a larger band of coverage because it's going to go from whatever your underlying is up to 90% instead of 86%. So, I mean, if you're one that elects ECO and SCO on most all crops, or you have them both, it really doesn't affect you other than just the aspect of, is it ECO that's covering that percentage amount or is it SCO? But if you're somebody that elects one and not the other, then it could change your decision making. And then for those, for reference, that we talked about have mustard, being that mustard only has SCO coverage, then it's a nice thing for you because that coverage amount is going from 86 to 90%. So you got a little better coverage there if you did elect SCO and are going to elect SCO in the 27 crop year for instance, crops like mustard that only have SCO and don't have ECO. So those are just some quick updates for you regarding SCO and ECO. Please feel free to reach out if you guys ever have any questions. Have a great weekend.